Forward. Out. Ready.
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier actually was established on 11th November 1921 when an unknown soldier from the First World War was brought here to Washington, D.C. and buried at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. He was joined by unknowns from World War II and Korea on Memorial Day of 1958, and lastly an unknown from Vietnam was interred here in May of 1984. The tomb is made of marble. It's Ewell marble from Colorado. It's known for the purity of the marble itself, the deep white color, the absence of veining like dark veins and so on. So it's considered to be exquisite marble. The portion which is cracked is the die itself, which is the center portion of the tomb, if you would. That was added on in April of 1932 when prior to that the tomb was much lower. It basically just existed of what we'd call the base today. And the die and the cap were placed in April of 1932. And about a year later is when they first started to notice some of the cracks developing in the tomb. Yes, so we're going through the 106 process, which is Historical Preservation Act of 1966, where we talk to our stakeholders, people that have concerns, get public input, and then ultimately make a decision. But as we go through that, the superintendent has decided to get back into the cyclical repair, which has been done in the past, where we would, for lack of a better words, grout or caulk the existing crack, cosmetically fix it, and see just how that would hold, and of course we'll monitor that in the future if any cracking continues. But I think the importance of preserving that tomb as long as possible is paramount in our thinking.
While that memorial is not perfect, because it does have a crack in it, it is the authentic memorial, and that means so much to the veterans and the families of those who perished. And there's no conceivable reason why it should be replaced. The cracks are cosmetic. We know from marble experts they can be repaired, and we don't need a new piece of marble there. You know, there are some things that are almost sacred in this country, and that's one of them. The Tomb of the Unknowns is the most important war memorial in America, bar none. It is iconic in the regard in which it's held by all Americans, but especially veterans and families of those who have died in our country's wars.
The original position of ultimately looking for a replacement is something that still may have to be done at some point in the future. But in meeting with the stakeholders and directions from the Congress and other input, decisions have been made to repair as much as possible and to only ultimately replace if that would become a necessity in the future.